The Brute is an awesome new subclass mod for the fighter that will allow you to deal mass damage, but also tank so much on the battlefield. So let's go over it. We're going to level by level comment on all the items you can need. So of course we start with the fighter, and at level 1 this grants you second wind, so as a bonus action you can heal yourself for a 1d10 plus 1. We gain strength and constitution saving throw proficiencies, as well as proficiencies with simple weapons, martial weapons, light, medium, heavy armors and shields. For a fighting style, we're actually going to take defense, a plus 1 bonus to our armor class while wearing armor. For ability points, we're going to have 16 strength, 14 dexterity, 16 constitution, 10 intelligence, 10 wisdom and 8 charisma. For proficiencies, take whatever fits your roleplay. And that brings us to fighter level 2, where we gain action surge, so we can immediately gain an extra action to use this turn. And it's at level 3 we get to pick our specialization, and for this we're taking the Brute. So Brutes are simple warriors who rely on mighty attacks and their own durability to overcome their enemies. Some Brutes combine this physical might with tactical cunning, others just hit things until those things stop hitting back. And this will unlock Brute Force. Deal an additional 1d4 when you damage a target with a weapon you're proficient in, and this should happen every single time. There's no reason for you to be using a weapon you're not proficient with. Fighter level 4 brings our first feat, and for this we're going to take the ability improvement and bump our strength up to 18. Fighter level 5 unlocks extra attack, so when we make an attack with our main action, we can follow this up with another. Fighter level 6 brings our second feat, and for this you probably guessed it, but we're maximising our strength at 20. Fighter level 7 brings brutish durability. You add a 1d6 to your saving throw rolls. If you roll a 20 or higher on death saving throw, you regain 1 hit point. This just adds to our overall tanking ability, but also just survivability and durability on the battlefield. Fighter level 8 brings our third feat, and for this one we're going to come down here and take Great Weapon Master. When we land a crit or kill a target with a melee weapon attack, we can make another one as a bonus action that turn. As well as this, any attacks we make with melee weapons we're proficient with will gain an additional 10 solid damage for the cost of -5 attack roll penalty. Combined with our class features with a 1d4, we've boosted our attack damage every round by a maximum of 14. Fighter level 9 brings Indomitable, so you're becoming as durable as an Iron Golem. When you fail a saving throw, you can roll again using the new result instead. Level 10 brings a second passive, and for this we'll take Great Weapon Fighting. So you can roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die for an attack with a two-handed melee weapon. That die is re-rolled once. You could also take Archery, but we're not using ranged weapons for this. Fighter level 12 brings improved extra attack, so we can now make 2 extra attacks per round. And level 12 brings our final feat. Now this mod does go up to level 20, unfortunately the level 20 mod doesn't work on my console, but you can take this further if you want to. But for the final feat here we will be coming to the bottom and taking Savage Attacker, so our melee weapon attacks damage is rolled twice and we use the highest result. Okay, when it comes to equipment, we're going to start with the Helm of Baldur. The helmet will heal you for 2 points at the beginning of every turn, a +1 bonus to armor class and saving throws. We cannot be stunned, and we cannot be critically hit. One of the best defensive pieces of equipment in the game. We're taking the Cloak of Protection for an armor class +1 and a saving throw +1. The Evasive Shoes for an acrobatics +1 and an armor class +1. The Helldusk Armor. Now theoretically you could take the flawed Helldusk Armor, and you should take the Helldusk Armor. It's the best defensive armor in the game, and this would boost your AC from 23 to 27. However, I like to make every build different, so for this we'll be using the flawed one, but take either or. For this, when we're hit by a foe within 2 meters, it might take 1 to 4 fire damage. We take 1 less piercing damage. We're going to pair this with the Helldusk Gloves, +1 bonus to our spell attack rolls and spell save DC, and our weapon attacks will do an additional 1 to 6 fire damage. For rings, we're going to take the Ring of Protection for an armor class and saving throw +1. The Killer Sweetheart, so when we kill a creature, our next attack roll will be a guaranteed critical hit once per long rest. The Amulet of Baal, so on a hit, we can inflict bleeding upon targets that have maximum hit points. And then for a weapon, the Halberd of Vigilance, a +1 bonus to initiative rolls and advantage on perception ability checks, and when we make an attack with as a reaction, we can make it with advantage. Now theoretically, like I said, you could take a Sword and Board, boost your AC even higher, pair this with the Helldusk Armor and probably be pushing 30 AC. Choice is yours, but this is my preferred setup. So, let's go find some combat and check this out. Okay, you can see we're in the combat, and this does play very similar to just a basic fighter. We can spread our damage and inflict that bleed on enemies. We can attack multiple targets, and we have the reach that we can chase down enemies and still attack them from far away. And what's awesome about this is we can action surge and we can keep taking enemies out, landing as many hits as possible, and you can see we just stack up so much damage potential. Now if we had the range, we could obviously bonus action weapon master and do another attack, but we don't. You see a nice big miss there, and the bleed on the enemy there. Okay, let's hunt down this enemy here, and once again we'll start piling out the attacks. We can do Executioner, and you see just how much damage we can pump out. It is a crazy amount thanks to this mod. And as you can see, unfortunately, we now don't really have the reach to do anything else, so we'll just come and start hunting down the other enemies. Now you see we get to benefit from using our Indomitable, so let's do this for our saving throw. And let's hunt down the enemies. So let's come use the ladder. And maybe we can get behind the enemy here, because using the Helmet of Vigilance means we can do Cleave. And unfortunately we did a critical miss on good old Sledge here, but once again we can follow up with some hefty attacks, and you'll see we're pumping out so much damage, it only takes 2 attacks to take her out. And at this point it is simply a case of just ending the fight. You can see the helm is healing us up, and we can just keep piling out this damage, just like that, landing more and more crits. So this is such a high damage dealer. It plays just like a basic fighter, but the improved damage, the durability you can have, makes this very powerful. I do think this is probably one of the most beginner friendly and user friendly modded subclasses there is, but as you can see the damage output is just crazy. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please drop the episode a like, and thank you to the mod makers for everything you do for the game. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel for more. I've got more guides to Baldur's Gate, to Dragon Age, Path of Exile, Elden Ring, Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers, Expedition 33, all the amazing RPGs you could ever need. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.